Hi, my name is Robert Chelle with Chelle Law, and my law firm assists dentists and dental associates with employment contract issues. Today, I'm going to talk about how much tail insurance costs for a dentist. First, let's talk about when you would need tail insurance, and then we'll talk about how much it costs. So first, there are two common policies, medical malpractice policies for dentists, and that's either occurrence-based or claims-made. And so under an occurrence-based policy, you need a policy in place when the incident occurs. So tail insurance is not necessary. Under a claims-made policy, a policy has to be in effect when the claim is actually made. So it's possible you terminate a contract, you leave an employer, but there's still going to be a statute of limitations, so a period of time that somebody could sue you for malpractice. And in most states, it's 2 years. There are exceptions, but I'll just say for these purposes, it's 2 years. So tail insurance would kind of be a policy that covers the gap in between when you leave an employer and then the last day that somebody can sue you. So most places require tail policy to be at least 2 years, and most longer than that. So in the employment contract, it's going to state who is responsible for tail insurance if you have a claims-made policy. If it doesn't say that, then you need to figure it out and make sure that language is inserted before signing the agreement. So in the agreement, it will definitely have a section that states that the employer will provide the underlying annual premium, so how much it costs to insure you on a yearly basis. And then usually it will state what type of policy that they utilize. And then if it is a claims-made policy, who is responsible to pay for tail insurance. Most of the time, the dental practices will put the burden to pay the tail insurance on the dentist who is leaving the practice. The reason why they would use one policy over another, occurrence-based policy is generally about a third more expensive than claims-made. And if the employer uses a claims-made policy, which is a third cheaper, and puts the kind of onus on the dentist to pay for the tail insurance costs, they're saving a decent amount over the course of an employment relationship between them and a dentist. So if you are responsible to pay for tail insurance, how much does it cost? Well, a good rule of thumb is it's about twice what your annual premium is. So as I said before, the annual premium is how much it costs to insure you on a yearly basis. And you just multiply that times 2, and that will be how much you have to pay for tail. It's a one-time payment, so you don't have to pay tail insurance, every single year. It's a one-time payment, and then you're covered for however long a policy that you decided to go with. I would suggest, if they have, and they will, kind of a unlimited tail policy, which will just cover you indefinitely, that's definitely the way to go. As I said before, there are some exceptions, and then there are some longer statute limitations based upon what state you're in. And so it would be a bad idea to get a policy that didn't cover the entire amount. If you get sued and there is no insurance to cover you, you may be personally liable for those damages if it gets to that point. And then you'll have you'll have to pay for your own attorney and go through that. And then the settlement will come out of your own personal funds. So it just makes sense to pony up, buy the indefinite tail, and that way you're covered. How much it costs kind of varies based upon specialty. So if you're just doing general dentistry, it's going to be a little bit less. If you're maybe an endodontist or doing some more surgical procedures, but it's I guess what I would consider a reasonable amount for insurance. Somewhere between like $2,000 to $4,000 for an annual premium would not be uncommon for a general dentist. And so your tail cost would be somewhere between $4,000 to $8,000 in that scenario. So not a prohibitive amount of money, but still an amount that you're going to have to most likely pay for, and essentially budget that you're going to have to pay that amount. And then that, it has to be paid prior to the termination of the contract. So before the contract is actually terminated, you would have to purchase that policy, and then the employer would require you to provide proof that you had purchased that policy. So that's how much tail insurance costs. If you have any questions, please feel free to call my law firm at the phone number listed below in the description. We assist dentists with employment contract issues all the time. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. We release videos every single day, and I appreciate you watching the video. Thanks.